This is Sneaker Gears. My name is Levi, and welcome to another episode of Performance Gears. We're going to take a look at what might be the best performance launcher in the 2018 NBA All-Star, and that's the Harden Volume 2. Alright, so with all the hype of the NBA All-Star game, there was a ton of releases for 2018, more than I remember in the past. Whether it's from hype and different colorways, new retros, different lifestyle brands, but there wasn't as many performance launches, and that's where the Volume 2 really stood out as being kind of quiet, low-key, but really surprising. So right off the bat, style-wise, I did not have much to expect from this. I thought this is definitely a step back compared to the one. The Harden Volume 1 was able to use raw natural materials, had a different construction. It was just really unique. And it's one of those, I kind of wanted to get a second pair, but I'm like, you know what, let me do this. I owe it to my subscribers, and I definitely wanted to find out and give everyone a better view of why they would get this and whatnot. So we'll break it down first by fit. You guys already know how I feel about the styling, but fit, again, kind of a step backwards compared to the Volume 1. And let's take a look at one real quick. So the one used actually a burrito style construction. You can kind of see how it opens up there, meaning whether you had a high instep, whether you had a wide foot, it didn't matter. It would open up, overlay, and it does a great job. They help the stability of the shoe or find a containment with that forefoot area. So this one had suede, some had leather, but it was generally a raw material, which I think just had a nice aesthetic. Your toe down looked incredible. Side view, it's just a great looking shoe. So the fit on this for most people is amazing. I was able to do a size 12 in all of these, and they fit fantastic. Now, if you look at this, they actually took the same approach as they did with the Nike PG1, where it's kind of a booty style construction. What that means is if you have a high instep, so the height of your foot, or if you have a wide foot, you're going to have to go up half a size to a full size. So it is rubber lined around here. So there is a little bit of give. You can kind of see that there. So it's not as restrictive, but this kind of fitment of a shoe for lockdown purposes is becoming more common, and that's whether you have running shoes, obviously basketball shoes, and even performance training shoes are kind of going to this style. So generally you are going to have to go up half to a full size for that instep. Now comes the width. If you notice this area right here, and it goes all the way around, this is actually an elastic strap. So similar to how they put that suede on the Volume 1, this entire forefoot piece is an overlay. So the whole shoe is actually just an open mesh. You can kind of see that. So if they remove this and put maybe a traditional tongue, most people are going to fit into the shoe just fine. Lengthwise, I can probably do a 12. I easily had to do a 13. One, to get my foot in the shoe, but two, because of the width of the shoe. I don't even think a 12.5 would actually fit me, because this is actually wide, right at the widest part of my foot personally. So again, if you have a narrow foot or a normal foot, I guess, you're going to be fine. Once my foot was in here, because of the lacing, and they borrowed this obviously from the Dame 3, you can't adjust how these fit. They lock you down. Your foot's not going anywhere. I can tell you, even going to a size 13, obviously a little more forefoot space, my foot did not go anywhere. So the fit is good, but obviously there's a lot of caveats there. I can definitely imagine a lot of people either having trouble putting it on, or once it's on, they're just not comfortable going up a size or half size. Just like Nike did from the PG1 to the PG2, and I'll have a performance review on that as well with the comparison. I think going to an open tongue would have made a big difference. Let's go to the materials. So the Volume 1 I loved, and I'll have a full comparison on that just because you're able to get prime knit, you're able to get kind of their synthetics. It had raw materials. I was able to get the birthday edition, which was all leather. You can get the lifestyle, and I love how they call it a Volume 1, simply because it really was a conglomeration of different pieces, and you can wear different styles even though it was one shoe. The Volume 2 actually is very similar. So performance-wise, this entire front acts as what the leather or suede did on the first one. So you really do have that same containment, if not better. This is what's using, I believe they're calling it a forged knit, and it definitely feels strong. It's flexible, it's breathable, it's lighter. So performance-wise, this is definitely a step up. but you're just losing that raw materials. So I really miss that. If we take a look at the step back, the inside of the shoe, and you can kind of see, does have some nice Achilles pillows, followed by some really, really stiff heel cups. So you have the internal heel cup, as well as you have this kind of plastic overlay. And you can kind of see, I know they really don't show that in pictures, this whole outer piece is just sitting there. It's kind of big. When I tighten it down, it just created more space. So this does act as kind of an additional heel cup. I would love if this was a little bit more form-fitting. I know when people are showing pictures online, you definitely don't see that, but it's kind of annoying. My foot's in here, and then you have both of these gaps. That being said, it does give the containment. It does give you that stability if you're looking for just your defensive movements, lateral, side to side. That forefoot stability is there. And that's all aiding the stability by, you can kind of see how far the boost extends past this shoe. You can really see it across the entire thing, which is crazy. So it uses a really, really wide platform. It uses boost that goes beyond the foot on either way. So you definitely have a shoe that's incredibly stable. You have lockdown, pull you in, a solid heel cup. You have that material in front, really aiding containment in any hard movements. So performance-wise, definitely a big upgrade. It feels a little bit lighter in hand. And we'll get on to the boost and the containment here in just a second, but what I think Adidas missed the boat is this back section could have been a fake leather, or real leather would be nice. It could have been a suede, a nubuck, a synthetic, something that just adds that premium touch where you have that knit, even if it's not prime knit, you have that raw materials. This is now the flagship line for Adidas as far as performance. D Rose, I don't even think he's in the NBA anymore. He was cut and obviously probably going to get picked up, but Dame is definitely tier 2, and I don't mean that performance or disrespectful, but you have James Harden is probably going to be MVP this year. So this is the signature shoe, and getting to the cushion, we're going to see why. So up until the Harden Volume 2, the best shoe Adidas made was actually their team shoe. It was their Crazy Explosive. This had the most boost. It opened up in the heel, and you can kind of look, if we take a look at the Harden had complete containment of the boost, almost all the way around. Toe, heel, just a little bit medial. It was also really thin. This had really great responsiveness as far as having court feel, reacting quickly. So I loved the way it felt, but it definitely was not the most cushioned. It was very close to maybe Bounce, actually, if you like the Dame Force. Obviously, this is a little bit better than Bounce, but because it's so thin and it's so contained, it does have a very similar feel. So we move on to the Crazy Explosive. This has more boost. You can physically just see it. It's opened up more, both in the heel, the forefoot, the cutouts. So this was the most cushion. This had the best traction. And for being a team shoe, it's kind of weird that not your signature shoes, not your Volume 1, not your Dame 4, not your D Rose, which I guess is kind of a team shoe now, but this was the go-to shoe for Adidas, both the low, the mid, or the highs. It's kind of nice, and I already did a video on that. This is my top, either 1 or 2 pick for performance. Let's look at the Volume 2. The Volume 2, as you can see, there is completely open on the medial side. And now when you go to the lateral, it is completely open in the back here, not just holes, with just that containment in the forefoot, obviously for stability. It's also a lot wider. It's a lot thicker. This is probably the most comfortable shoe on the market. So I guess you can fast forward to 9 minutes, wherever it's going to be at here. The LeBron 15 and the Harden Volume 2 are the top 2 most comfortable shoes on the market. I'll have a top 5 coming out. Which one's better? I'm going to play in it more. But seriously, y'all, this is $185. This is $140, and both Foot Action and East Bay have had this for 20% off already. Now, it was only for a day. It already passed, but that means you were able to get this for $112. With all the colorways coming out, you're talking about the highest performing Adidas basketball shoe with the most cushion for $112, which is right in that meat of that 110 to 125, where you're getting the best basketball performance sneakers you can get. Now, you can say all this boost, the transition was smooth, the heel boost was just amazing. As my man Fomer Simpson says, it is boosty, Like, this is incredible. I do have the Boost You Can Wear X coming in, so I'll have a review on that. I don't know if those are going to be a general release, though. So even if those are better, worse, it's kind of weird just because this is going to be a general release that in different colorways that you can get. So the cushion is phenomenal. That's all I can say about it. You're not going to be disappointed unless you don't want a lot of cushion. Then you're going to hate it. If you want court feel, if you're looking for that Kyrie, that Dame 4 kind of feel, or God forbid the Curry, this is the exact opposite. So for anyone who has bad knees or blah, 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 this is amazing. Whether it's weight, age, any reason you need cushion, you're going to enjoy this shoe. Now, the second most important part of a shoe is traction. The first is fit. All right, so cushion is wherever you want to place that for your personal needs. And the traction, I can tell you, is I believe the Crazy Explosive is still better on court. And what I mean on court is the Crazy Explosive I have been wearing casually as well as on court just because I think this looks incredible. I can slip it on. It does great. This traction, for whatever reason, if you wear it outdoors, I've been slipping around like crazy here in Chicago with some snow, with some wet areas. It is kind of awful as just a regular sneaker, which is really weird. On court, it's phenomenal. Also, the rubber on this is fairly soft, so it's not really lasting that long. There's a lot of guys who use the shoe where it doesn't even go through a full season if you wear it indoors only. I don't know. I have multiple pairs, so for me, it's been okay. I can tell you the Volume 2 uses a much harder rubber. I can tell you it does require a little bit of break-in period because it does kind of have a film on it, but the traction is better than the Volume 1. It is more durable than the Crazy Explosive. So performance-wise, it's very good. I wouldn't say it's going to be, up there with the best traction out there. I think Nike still has them with that, with the Kyrie 4, the PG2, but you are upgrading from the Volume 1, and you're getting something that for $140, if you're buying this either as a student or trying to take this to a full season through a rec league, this is going to hold up. This is surprisingly, just like the first one, very effective with that crazy traction pattern, whatever it is. But it's a hard rubber. It's going to hold up casually, off court, on court. You're going to be good to go. All right, so we're in a time now where you can get the Harden Volume 1 on discount in some places. There's still some really good colorways, and the Volume 2s come out. Which one do you get? What are you guys thinking? If you're getting it for lifestyle purposes, the Harden one, which does have an LS model, I think still looks better. Your toe down, your side, I think casually just a great shoe. If you're looking for less cushion, obviously this is going to be the one to go to. My only problem I had with this shoe is the traction does seem to fade a little bit, especially if you wear it off court. If you're only wearing on court, it's phenomenal, but it just fades. So that's my only problem. And the same exact courts, I was getting much better traction on the two, regardless of what the court is. A to B, this is going to be better traction. But even in hand, it's not a great looking shoe. The colorways make a huge difference. The Pioneer colorway coming out, I think I might return this and get that just because that looks a lot better. The I'ma Be a Star kind of compatible colorway, I think I might get that, and those make a huge difference. The Volume 1 fit me so well, and again, being the number one aspect of a shoe, I really was excited. I have 4 different pairs in kind of different styles, and again, we'll have a video on that soon. Whereas the Volume 2, I definitely want it in my arsenal. That cushion, that boost is no joke, but I'll be happy with just one. I'm okay, that traction's going to hold up. I want one I can beat up. They have a couple of pairs with the black boost that I think look incredible. So style-wise, that's personal. That has nothing to do with it. Performance-wise, I can tell you this is definitely a keeper. This stands up against anything on the market. And guys, if you haven't seen the colorway you like, wait for one. It might be worth it. And definitely, if you can catch these on discount at 20% off, 25% off, whatever it is. For Finish Line, if you have a winner circle, $20, $10 off, whatever. This on a discount at that $112 or $115, whatever you can get it for, is money. This might be the best performance value and one of the best performers of the year, and the year is new, so we'll see. There's a lot more shoes coming out, but let me tell you, I definitely was pleasantly surprised by it. I wish the fit was better, and that's just a personal thing, but it does fit me very well, so that's the thing that takes it down. And I wish it had premium materials, but outside of that, performance, weight, value, thumbs up. This is definitely a shoe I can recommend. Guys, Girls, hopefully that helped. Really appreciate all my subscribers. Really appreciate the feedback, the questions. We'll definitely have a lot more videos coming out. Definitely, I was been nursing some injuries, so I know there hasn't been videos in the last few weeks here. I love the comparisons and all the things coming out where hopefully I can help you guys out. Athletes, professional, in school, casual. I love giving my best analysis I can possible to really help anyone out there. If you have any questions, shoot me a comment down below. Follow me on Instagram, shoot me a DM on Twitter. Guys, this is Levi with Sneaker Gears. Really appreciate you, and I'll come at you soon.